This TMs as of 16 past 6 p.m. on Tuesday, the 6th of September 2022. So that person who sent me the minions meme sent me more. This was a terrible day. First, my ex got hit by a bus. Then I lost my job as a bus driver. A balanced diet is chocolate in both hands. And if you think you're gonna vaccinate my kids, this is the only kind of shot you're gonna get with one of the minions holding a gun. And then he sent Bazinga. The person who joined the Navy called me, but he said, sorry mate, didn't mean to do that. He then replied with a laughing crying emoji to my story of Kratos looking for the weed of the gods. Jack sent a post I made about the Legion of Grim, and he said, "What is this? I've seen this for 5 days straight." Because it's cropped a bit, which I can't do anything about that. And Alex explaining that there's nothing else to get. Sent a photo of Art Monkeys announcing that the new album, will be releasing on the 21st of October. I sent that to Mercury and said, "Comes up my birthday. That's class, me. I didn't even know they had a new album coming out. Neither did I till just now. I followed the AM subreddit and apparently they were playing a riff that sounded like the beginning to a new song recently. Do you have a record player? No. I've been thinking of buying one for a while, just wondering if you knew anything about them. I'm the same. My grandma might have one, and he uses Alexa for music now, so I might ask for his. But aren't records expensive? I don't know. The thing is, records come with posters and digital download codes, so they're probably worth the money. I just love to have all the AM albums on vinyl. TBHC would sound like heaven on vinyl, 100% it would. Heard they're doing TBHC's space aesthetic. I'm fine with that as long as the new style doesn't suck. Aye, well, TBHC was only a concept album. I'd love if it sounded a bit heavier, more like the older stuff. He sent what is apparently going to be a list of all the songs on the album, and then he actually sent me a Spotify link to the song that they released last week, a couple weeks ago. I like it. It's good. I think it sounds very TBHC, though not like the older stuff. I agree. I think Alex had an early midlife crisis and made TBHC because of it. The car is him having recovered from it, but there's still some of it left. I think that's all the DMs. I'm not going to do it. Oh, there's more. I never got to thank Lewis in my Black Lagoon final review. Thank you so much, Lewis, for introducing me into such a fantastic show. I sent him a link to a couple of shorts that were made that you can't watch on Netflix. Netflix don't have it, and he's probably never heard that they made that before, so I sent it to him just so he knows. Because they are like some of the best things ever. Excuse my brother getting a Snapchat. That sounds cringe. I don't really anything about Snapchat. I know that it's called a Snap, not a Snapchat. Anyway. What is this, Dylan? Black Lagoon shorts. I sent the same thing to another friend of mine. My friend who was asking me about results said, "Sorry, only saying this now, Dylan. Well done. I got results, but definitely wasn't expecting it." I'm not going to give out her results for obvious reasons. This Twitter as of 20 past 6 p.m. This probably has something to do with the fact that Chris Pine, Olivia Wilde was making a film, and one of the characters in it is based off Jordan Peterson, a bad guy in it.
LOL, LMFAO, bro, bruh, dude, LOL.
Ben, what's your problem with Olivia Wilde? I get that she's very political now, but back when she wasn't, she was a great actor. House, Tron. Just those two, actually. But still, I like Olivia Wilde. Is this a Okay, it's a DLC. I don't know if it's DLC or a sequel. Actually, they did take like 7 years, no 6, making Cyberpunk, so of course it's not a sequel. Kids these days always glued to their phones. Breaking news! Kids these days always glued to their phones. Went too hard on the fiber pills again. Ukrainian pensioner shoots down £74 million Russian Su-34 jet with a rifle on his war medal for his heroism. This man looks not Ukrainian to me. That's from that Ukraine pensioner shoots well-being. This is just sad at this point. I'm speechless.
So although I'm out and about here almost every week throughout the year, there must be many thousands of you whom I never have the chance to come in contact with. So I want to wish you all the best of good fortune in 1954. And to add just this, as your Member of Parliament, it's my duty, as well as my pleasure, to do anything I can to help you. So if you think there's anything, either a personal matter or something more general perhaps, over which I might be of use to you, do please come and see me or write to me. I'm at Central Hall, School Street, nearly every Friday from 5:30 to 7. Or, of course, a letter to the House of Commons will find me at any time. So if you do think I can help you, please let me know. So although I'm out and...
I don't know who this person is before I started playing it and heard the English accent. I thought it was Walt Disney. Anyway, what a lovely and charming politician. Really seems like he cares. They don't make them like this anymore. I thought it was going to be like, I sure hope he isn't racist or something like that. Uni students arriving this month were born in 2004. Not alive on 9/11. No memory of Prime Ministers Blair and Bryan, but I do know that Blair is the worst thing to happen to the United Kingdom. Too young to vote in Brexit. Referendum 2017-2019 GEs. Whole life online. Shaped by crises. 4-year-old equals global crash. 6 Eurozone. 10 refugee. 12 Brexit/Trump. 16 Corona. 18 Ukraine. Yep. The truth continues to come out about BLM. The leader of BLM Global Network Foundation stands accused of embezzling $10 million US. It's not a cost of living crisis. It's a cost of lockdown crisis, of quantitative easing crisis, of net zero crisis, of economic sanctions on Russia crisis, of supply strategy crisis, of corporate greed crisis.
Everyone should get out and get vaccinated. If we are able to hit that 80, 85, 90% of Canadians up to date in their vaccinations, we'll have a much better winter with much less need for the kinds of restrictions and rules that were so problematic for everyone over the past years. But every step of the way, government's responsibility is to keep people safe, to prevent our healthcare systems from getting overwhelmed. And that's where individuals choosing to make sure they're up to date in their vaccinations with these new vaccines is going to help us all get through it and keep life open and free the way we want it to be. Everyone should get out.
So what you're saying is that conform or there'll be another lockdown. Thanks, Justin. What you are watching is not an old video of our Prime Minister pushing vaccines. This is from 3 days ago. Pushing people to get up to date with the new vaccines. It seems as if he is threatening more restrictions if we don't comply. I don't want him to keep me safe. Leave me alone. Sorry, I paused there because I thought I might have got that sentence wrong, but no, I actually got it right for once. Remember when he basically admitted to admiring China's dictatorship? Same vibes. I actually don't remember that. I remember him doing blackface. I remember him calling the truckers racist, and I remember him basically saying that terrorists deserve Canadian citizenship more than actual Canadians. I'm not looking at a 2-year-old, Fred. I'm sorry. This aged well. For more than... Wait. I knew right away that it was going to be bad. I had a temperature over 100 degrees and needed ice packs piled pile on my forehead to cool down. The coughing wouldn't stop. I didn't need a test to tell me that I finally caught corona. For more than 2 years, I basically lived like a hermit to avoid corona. But this summer was my sister's 40th birthday, so I decided to leave my cave and fly to the East Coast this year. When the first sentence hit, I knew I was in trouble. Hypochondriacs used to be mocked by society as harmless nuisance. Now they're controlling public opinion and even healthcare. I'm not going to look at that. As requested by the incumbent president, Biden ordered the raid on Trump's house. A sitting US president sent the FBI to raid his political rival's home. Let's choose to freeze energy bills likely at a cost of hundreds of billions of pounds. Where is this money coming from? The magic money tree, otherwise known as crippling future taxes. Why do people still think government money is free? We always end up paying. Predicting that cost of living protests in the Czech Republic and Germany will spread around the continent, a prominent economist warns that European citizens are mad with anger and it will worsen following Joe Biden's double down Sunday that MAGA proposals are a threat to the very soul of this country. Everyday Americans responded with examples of how dangerous they are to the nation. During a speech, Joe Biden commented that he ran for president to restore decency to the country and to treat people with respect, yet he's spent the past week demonizing half the country as a violent extremist threat to the nation.
Honestly, I don't get why anyone still thinks they can do Brexit. You realize now it has destroyed 3 prime ministers. I mean, clearly it's cursed. It's like one of the treasures in an Indiana Jones movie. Everyone who touches it is just going to be like melting and be like, I'm worthy of the punch. At this point, things in Britain are so bad. Like, I think one of the old countries should just colonize them. Yeah, shit is out of control, people. Look at these savages. They don't know what they're doing. Someone just come in and bring stuff in. Like, India should come to England and be like, look, we hate to do this, but you guys don't know how to govern yourselves. We have to fix this. We have to fix this entire thing. Honestly, I don't get why anyone still thinks.
At this point, Trevor Noah should just, instead of doing comedy news, he just loves the news because he's terrible enough at that. Never mind doing comedy. Oh my god, ha ha ha! Dude from South Africa, which is one of the most corrupt governments on the planet, lecturing Brits about good governance. Returned by pledging a loyalty oath to the current thing, prolonging a war 1,500 miles away. Duchess of Sussex rejects gendered narrative that Prince Harry chose her. In the third episode of her podcast, Duchess of Sussex also described herself as a latchkey kid who was often alone. Who the hell is listening to Meghan Markle's podcast? Honestly. Anyway, the self-entitled delusion of this woman is beyond belief. This is school. Same day. Once again, more bad stuff happening. Nothing good whatsoever happening. So, I had to move an image today. And we have to make another movie. Bad thing is, I don't have any ideas. And yes, obviously, it's fine for me not to have ideas now, but I will need an idea by, I believe, the 7th of October, because that's when I need to have written a 500-word plan, I'll say. The only idea that I have right now is to take an idea that I might be doing for the moving image course, or the media coursework, which would be a horror film. I don't have any ideas for it right now, other than it will be in black and white, but blood will be in color the same way that it is in Sin City. I just don't know how to do that. And even if I learn how to do it, maybe I can't do it with the software available to me. But I don't know Another idea is for a teenager to be shouted at by both children and adults, because, you know, teenagers are sort of like, they go back and forth between wanting to be treated like children and wanting to be treated like adults. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you damn teenagers don't know what you want. I'm saying that as a teenager. I'm saying that as something that I go through. And the third idea I have is just some sword fight in a church. No actual plot to that idea yet. Just a fight in a church. And that was all for Moving Image. Well, at least for learning. Because I used to, once I get there, I go into the classroom and read until the teacher comes in. But now there's a form class being taken there, so we actually can't enter until class starts, which means I'm not getting any time then. I'll still get time at lunch. But this point is, the amount of time I'm getting for reading has gone down, as I predicted over a year ago. Also, I don't know where to start with this, because it is very, very complicated. So, on Tuesday period 1, I'm down for 3 classes at the same time. Moving Image, Careers, and Media Studies. My timetable says that I'm in Careers period 1. But I'm actually going to be going to Moving Image, because it's the best choice for that, because Careers isn't really I don't count Careers as an actual subject, and for media, I have other days, plus also I can just ask the media teacher for what I'm missing. So catching up in media is easier than catching up in Moving Image. I did talk to the person behind the timetables about it, and he said that that's the only thing that I'll be able to do, because it's a subject taken by another school. Because of that, no taxi/bus was called for me. Well, they said that no taxi was called, but yeah, a taxi appeared at past, and the taxi man said, "Am I here on time?" They said past. Yeah, it is past, which is weird. Also, it's not supposed to be past. It's supposed to be 12 sharp. But that's fine, I guess. The rest of the day was just study. There might be something to say. Let me think about it for a second. I went all around school looking for someone. There were 2 teachers that I could talk to. Went around school looking for them, couldn't find them, but eventually I did find the guy who does the timetables, and that's when he said, I'll just have to deal with it. Which sucks, but it's fair. Yeah, I'll have to say that's it. Oh, actually, for media, I did catch up. There was a booklet that we were given, and we were supposed to do the first 3 pages, and I did. We're doing Riptide, as I said that we would be doing, because he said we'd be doing it. I'm not excited for it, because I love Riptide. It's a great song. I mean, who doesn't like it? And apparently the music video is all about rape or something. I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if they've seen it today. I'll just have to wait till tomorrow and see.